I was because he went in January. I remember a lot, yeah. So certain things, maybe not from 5 minutes ago, but that I remember. Can't remember where the hell I parked the car, but I can remember that. All right, I'll call you later. Just want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day weekend. Yes, she did. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. Tell me I'll call later.
Lost his own car at the flea market. Oh man. What is that fish oil shit? Is that what's from memory? And I used to think I had a bad memory. Like I said, I get lost going around the fucking corner. I can't remember one. I think we went to Mike's house 7, 8, 9 times before I finally figured out how to get up there myself. But in the parking lot.
Well, I had the right row. I just didn't get out.
You know who does that? Do you know who does that?
Poppy?
Well, yes. Poppy Simon does that. He forgets where he parks the car. So I got to watch for him wandering around, looking lost. Oh, there it is. I've been researching today's finds. And that, believe it or not, actually is a New York State 5070 copy.
Really?
I thought he was full of shit because nobody sells that particular item that cheaply. So the minute I found that out, I took that fucker apart. I said, I was going to take a nap. I said, the hell with it. Took it apart, I have to know. Looking for the massive flaw that has to be there. I swapped out the bore. Nope, no rings in the bore, and the rifling is bright and shiny. I checked all the fucking little places that might crack. Nope, no cracks. Everything's good. Everything works. What are you playing with the phone for? Mike knows when we're coming up. I told him already.
Yeah.
That's a $1,100 carbine. That's what they sell for.
And you paid $250.
Basically, if you consider that I bought a $400 fucking black powder, unfired black powder 50 caliber Hawken with it, yes. As a matter of fact, I may have paid less. Because even that bayonet is worth money. I can't understand it. This guy, I've been dealing with him 25 years.
How many rifles do you have?
One. I bought a Zulu carbine off him sometime around 1990 for like $25. It was just a wall hanger, piece of shit. But every time I look at his stuff, he always wants $1 billion for it. Top dollar for every fucking thing. Except once I did buy a Russian bayonet off him because he didn't know what it was and he undersold it. But every other time, I never buy anything else. I look at his stuff, always polite, but it's always way overpriced. I walk away. This time, he sells me 2 rifles that should have sold for, well, obviously the New York State carbine should have been 3 times what I paid for it, at least. And that InvestArms Hawken, that's easily a $455 gun. I should have paid alone for that what I paid for everything.
Huh. You should have dropped $1,000 for that?
Easily. Yeah. Unless there was some massive flaw, even as a wall hanger, that's still a $450, $500 rifle. They only made 1,500 of them. New York State, in the 1870s, 1,500 carbines. I've been looking for years for a New York State 5070 rifle. The only reason I was doing that is because I figured I would never ever see a real carbine, for anything close to affordable. I thought he was selling me a Remington commercial rifle, because Remington sometimes built commercial rifles out of leftover parts. I went through every little marker on this carbine, every single one. It is definitely a New York State carbine.
Wow.
No doubt about it, 100%. I'm like, holy shit. So I can't believe this. What are the odds?
How did he know what it was?
I don't, probably for going through the same markers that I did, identifying it the same way. And I would expect him to know. He's been in the business for years. Why he sold it so cheap, I don't understand it. If he's fucking dying, I have no idea. Both rifles, both. On one hand, he's trying to sell me a hacked up trapdoor, unrecoverable hacked up trapdoor for $250. And the other, he's selling me a New York State carbine for basically the same price that That would auction easily any day of the week, $1,000 to $1,200, anywhere in that range, in that condition with that bore.
Providing there's not a bidding war.
Yeah, because some of them have shot out bores. This one is bright, shiny, clean lands and grooves, no nasty pitting anywhere. Like, holy fuck, this is a shooter. Because New York State did use these things pretty hard, so sometimes you find them in very rough condition. This one is not in rough condition. A little dirty, a few cracks in the stock, which is easily replaced. Like, oh man.
What do you say about the cracked stock when you were buying it?
I pointed it out, but then again, they always do that. Remington stocks always did that. They're very weak in that spot. And new replacement stocks are easily available. If you want to shoot it, you put the replacement stock on it. You want to display it, leave the original on place. Now the revolver, I couldn't see. It was so goddamn dark. I couldn't see what the hell. I was little print. I can't see that. I get it home. It says Navy Arms on it. I'll look it up. It was made in 1973 by Uberti, Aldo Uberti in Italy. They're the top manufacturer of these types of weapons. And Navy Arms is collectible in its own right now. So that's easily worth 2.5 to 3 times what I paid for it also.
So you got $2,500, so you just slide the decimal point.
Well, I haven't finished. Then we get to the Arisaka. I'm a little out of date on some of these. I haven't priced Arisakas in a while. I know they've gone up in price. I did not realize they were a $450 to $500 rifle now. I did not, in this condition, because it's solid. The wood is solid. All the original parts are there. It's matching number. Yes, the mum is ground. That takes a little bit off, but it makes up for it by being so clean and solid. A lot of times Japanese wartime rifles have wood issues because the wood can be pretty crappy sometimes that they used. But this isn't. This is rock solid. Everything's good. There's no cracks and splits, no rotten spots, nothing delaminating and falling apart.
Except the flower.
Just the chrysanthemum is missing, which is a very common thing with those. So it'd be worth $50 more if it was there. But you know what? It doesn't matter with this rifle. Even that one. I thought I was ripping them for $100. I did not realize that basically it was double.
So it's about a $500 rifle.
Yes. Yeah, close to it. $450, $500. I'm looking on Gunbroker. I see they're selling in this rail. Holy shit. When the fuck did an Arisaka start selling in those price ranges? I realize, I guess I'm a little out of date. I haven't really checked it a long time. I'm always checking for the Russian rifles, things like that, but I don't usually bother to watch the Arisakas too much. Because I wasn't really in the market for one, but he happened to have it. And it's been so long since I found a military surplus rifle on a flea market day. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Buy the damn thing. The $10 Victrola. I could not, that is the dimmest fucking shop I think I've ever been in.
Yep.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. I didn't realize I had a Victrola number 4 reproducer on the damn thing. That's an $80 reproducer on eBay. It's special made. It's made to play both acoustic and electric records without damaging them. They made it's like an intermediate reproducer made between the old style acoustic ones and the new style orthophonics. It's made like a bridge. The bridge in a certain era. And the whole machine is actually Bluebird. I couldn't read that either. That's actually pretty good. I know that has a very good motor in it. So I could probably flip that motor for good money if I wanted to. Now that I know it's Bluebird, I might even consider fixing that machine, doing something with it, restoring, bringing it back somehow. I think the outer covering is pretty much a foregone thing. It's gone, but maybe I could shellac it, maybe put some other kind of covering on it, and then we'll look into it.
What about all the records?
They're just records. They're okay. There's nothing special there.
Tell me about the ammo box.
I haven't gotten into that yet. I don't know. I got to identify that. That might be worth more than $10. I don't know.
It's got to be worth more than $10.
Well, yeah, it is worth more than $10, but I first have to figure out what it is. That might not be for ammunition. That might be for a piece of equipment. It might be for some, other use like that. Maybe a survival kit was put in there of some kind. I don't know. It doesn't seem big enough to hold a whole lot of 20 millimeter ammo. What are you going to put, like 8 rounds in there? I mean, it just seems a little odd. So it might have a specific purpose. I got to find out. I just didn't have time to go look at them all over.
What about the bayonet you got?
Yeah, that was definitely worth more than $10. That's Ginseng Arsenal, Ginseng, I think, something like that, which is one of the rarer and harder to find ones. So remember I told you that guy sold me an Arisaka bayonet the other day? He fucker sharpened it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It has a beautiful scabbard on it and nice grips. They're all going on this bayonet, which has no issues with its metal whatsoever, and has a good blade that has not been sharpened with a grindstone. So now I'm going to have, you know, a $100 bayonet without any problems. And the other one is a much more common arsenal, so let that one sit around with no grips on it and no scabbard. If I happen to find spare scabbard and grips one day, I'll put them back together, but I'll switch them over. Yeah, this guy, I don't know why, but he really took care of me today. I have no idea. You know, I've never gotten those kinds of deals out of him, and I have tried.
You got taken care of all over. What about the pistol?
Well, that's what I said. That was the Navy Arms one.
You got it for $150?
Yeah.
And what is it worth?
$250 to $300 easily. To a collector, because Navy Arms apparently is now collectible. Now I know the quality of Uberti because I've had their stuff for years, but I couldn't see it. You know, you're squinting in the fucking dark. I could just see the basics of it. All I could do was check it for lockup, make sure it's not all loose and rattly and shit like that, and, you know, take a chance. Makes me wish I had a few $1,000s I could buy everything they fucking had. You know, maybe he would have made that deal in that way. He wasn't, actually. For some reason, he wasn't budging on that trapdoor. And that trapdoor was definitely not worth it. He only had maybe $100 worth of parts there. The barrel was useless. The stock was useless.
What did he want?
$250. If the barrel hadn't been cut, okay, we'll find wood. Maybe then. But if the barrel's cut, you have a useless barrel, and it cut badly. It was like on a cheap hacksaw.
Did you tell him that?
No, I wasn't going to get into it with him. He's already making me a good deal. You know, he was making me a good deal, and I knew I was getting a good deal on the rolling block. Even if that was a Remington commercial firearm, it's still a very, very good price for that. So I figured there had to be some huge flaw that I'm missing, and he's not telling me. But I've not found such a thing. Short of Magnafluxing it for micro cracks, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's obviously been sitting for a very long time, and there's lots of dust bunnies in the barrel. But not anymore. I swapped them out to check it, but oh man, they didn't want to. You know, if I have to find a barrel and the stock for that, you know, that's there's nothing left there. You know. And the other stuff he had was all sports stuff, and with nothing special there. I bought the only two that were special. The rest of them were just crap. They were nothing good. You know, old percussion shotgun from Belgium. That cut down musket of some kind. I don't know what the hell it was. It's all sporterized and shit. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? Hot damn. You know, I'm sitting there going to myself, looking up online, okay, let's find out what this thing really is. You know, is it a Spanish contract left over? Is it left over from the Argentine contract or something like that? And I knew it was obviously 45-70 because I'm looking. But it wasn't 45. Then I went and got one of my 50-70 rounds and it slid right in there. So holy shit, this is a 50-70. Okay, that's one hallmark New York State. The shield pattern on the fucking and the spur, the special high hammer spur on it. And that's New York State. Serial number, everything. I'm like, holy shit, this can't fucking be. No way. But it is. I'm running my hands up the barrel to see where the bulge is, indicating it had been fired with dirt stuffed in there or something, and nope. Straight. Unless that thing somehow shoots around corners, in which case it really wouldn't make any difference to its collectability anyway. Collectible guns like that really aren't sold to be shooters. You know, it's only guys like me that likes to shoot them. Now, that was a productive journey, that's for sure.
All stops.
Yeah. I noticed something about the Victrola too that I did not notice when we were there.
Oh yeah.
Again, because it's under a tent in a cloudy day, and my eyesight fucking.
Dark, yeah.
Apparently, like you can no longer find your own car in a parking lot. I can no longer fucking see. I thought that was a mahogany Victrola because that's the most common ones. They're almost mahogany. It's not. It's oak. I paid $500 for my oak IX when I bought it because they're hard to find. You know, everybody in the 20s loved mahogany. Oak was like considered the more common finish, and it really wasn't. You know, if you had a choice, most people opted for mahogany. So it's harder to find now. And I'm like, holy shit! I'm looking closer. I had the light bulb next to it. Inside, look. Wait a minute. That's not fucking. I see an oak grain in the fucking thing. So I put a little Gojo in a spot and wiped the shit off of it. Sure enough, it's oak. That one might end up being retained. If it cleans up real nice, I may hold on to that one. I did not see it. Now I feel bad about not paying him a little bit more for that and trying to chisel him on it. But then again, it didn't have the original reproducer, so that's something that devalues it slightly. If I didn't have one, I would have to buy one. First, it's going to cost me $40, $50 to buy the core. Then I got to rebuild it. That's another $40 with the parts. Before I'm done, I have $100 into it. That's with me doing the work. If I had to send it out, it'd be even more.
So if you clean that machine up,
Yeah.
and on its best day, what can you sell it for?
I average $250 on those. That's my average price on eBay. I've already sold a couple. I got one for sale now.
Even though it's oak.
Yeah. Oh, I would probably get more for the oak, depending on how well it cleans up. It's got some issues with the finish. There's a little delamination here and there, which can be glued back in place. It's not a problem. There's no major gouges that I can really see. I don't know how well the original finish is going to come back. I have to do a little experimenting and cleaning and find out. Sometimes they come back amazingly nice, and sometimes not. I gave Mrs. Brady her cupcakes before. The instructions to eat them all. Well, now, they want her to eat that. She's got to gain weight. She's dangerously underweight. And she loves chocolate brownies, so now she's got triple chocolate brownies there. Does this have an antenna on it?
No,
Or is it on the back?
It's in the window.
Oh shit! How are you gonna put the beanie on it? You have to get one of them CB whip antennas, put it on the back bumper, I guess. Put the beanie on that.
Oh, tennis ball or the red ball or something.
My grandmother always used one of those wadded up red net things that onions come in.
Yeah.
She pretty much had the only. It wasn't really beige. I don't know what that color was of that Volare. It was like this beige, yellow, mustard, yellow, beige sort of mix.
Color, yeah.
You didn't really see that color too much. She had strange tasting colors. That in the mint green house.
Oh, it's the color of the fridge and the washer and the dryer. Brown, chartreuse, or pea green.
She had a brown refrigerator. And it wasn't an old one either. That's just what color she wanted. Wait a minute, I have a brown refrigerator.
Oh, yeah?
Well, wood grain.
Oh, I'm just getting there.
Just scraped by on that one.
Speed it up for that other light down at 311.
Yeah. Mike says he want anything. He already has chips and dip and stuff.
Cool.
He says we have ice cream up there. You didn't enjoy ice cream last time?
May have.
I don't think you did, actually.
All right.
I didn't see you. Well, he said we have ice cream. At least I do. He said we, so I guess we all do. I don't know. Man, it's been nasty fucking weather. It's so fucking humid out there.
Oh. ran somebody over in Brewster.
Ha.
Some guy walking around in the middle of the street. What the f...
And on a day when you're hungry, that's a dangerous thing to do. He's getting between you and a steak? Lucky the man's alive. I sense another storm coming up.
Well, it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, too.
Yeah, same shitty weather. Don't know what Tuesday's supposed to be like. Can't believe the whole month of August has gone by already.
Oh, we didn't roast this
Yeah,
summer.
no, we didn't. And it went by quick too. Oh, you're not gonna get this one. Not with this guy anyway.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
I mean, it feels like we just did the flea market in the spring. In fact, there's even things still sitting around I haven't put away yet from the spring. Trees turning everywhere.
Yeah, they're already starting.
Yeah. In a few hours, it'll be September 1st.
And then the welfare check comes in. Or disability check, whatever.
Oh. For bowels, you mean? That's her new name.
Down from 22.
Yeah. Coming back from the flea markets, maybe. Oh, no, not up there. I'll bet you there's a mad scramble to clean up right now. Up here, it don't look like it rained.
It looks threatening.
Yeah.
And after all that, nobody showed up and they would have been fine.
Yep.
Just the same, you had no more money.
Yeah, that's right. This one fucking cleaned me out. I had a lot of money with me this morning.
How much money did you drop?
Oh,
5,
Jesus.
6.
$1,000 bucks?
Oh.
About $1,000. That's okay, because everything I bought was a good deal. No mistakes in this one. I wasn't going to bring that much with me. Because I don't know, I never really spend that much of these fucking shows. Well, I got anything that much. What are the chances of finding another deal like that 1873 Springfield? You know, it's remote. And then it happens. I don't know how that guy's even getting away with that stuff on the table like that, right out in the open.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of them, because they've been cracking down big time. That one guy, he's afraid to bring any up. They told him no. Even in the he hides his in the back of his car. He's not doing it. Here we go. Somebody's hungry. There's a steak to be eaten.
Guy don't want to go.
I know, he's just tootling along. Well, you know why? He doesn't have a steak waiting for him. That's the problem.
You know what I had to eat today? A burrito and a donut. That's
Well,
all I had. I am fucking starving.
Did you get up at McDonald's?
Oh yeah, that's right. The
I was
little
gonna say.
there was a little morsel.
Uh-oh. Who are they after? Wow, 2 cars.
Not me. That's who.
Yeah, not yet, you mean.
We may have just missed an accident down there because that's Dutchess County.
Get out of there on that guy's ass who was speeding or something. I don't know. Well, I had 3 tacos since breakfast at McDonald's. We ate 4 Storm Hills. And now it's almost 6 o'clock, so I am just a mite bit hungry.
I'm starving.